Okay, it's been a while since we've had an update. Now I've got something to update you with, so now I'm going to update you. Let me just start by telling you on this update that we're going to hear about some staging stuff today, but just remember, staging in cancer is a lot like speed limit signs in the United States versus Canada or other places in the world. They don't always mean what you think they mean, so keep that in mind. First of all, since we last talked, I've been to a dermatologist, and I'm looking at my charts because they've got all sorts of mean, nasty 50-cent words in here that I don't know the meanings to, but I do know I've talked to the doctors. They know what the words mean, and they say I'm okay. I've got they did a punch biopsy last week on a spot, and it turned out it was a superficially invasive squamous cell carcinoma arising from a hypertrophic akinetic keratosis, MOUSE. What that means is they just found a spot. It was not the starting spot for this cancer that I'm dealing with now, but they did find it. And so they are going to wait and see how the treatment handles it before they see if they have to go in and handle it differently. They don't think it's a problem at this time since it was superficially invasive. So that's a good thing. Now, the one thing that people had been waiting for, I had been waiting for, was the staging of the problem that I had. And yesterday, which was Tuesday, I got a call from the Baptist Medical Center Cancer Institute in Columbus. And they were setting up my meetings with the oncologists, both the radiological one and the medical one. So one's for chemo, one's for radiation. That's going to be next Wednesday, the 15th. And they're going to do a PET scan just to see what else they can find here and see if I'm going to glow in the dark when I start taking treatment. They still have not given me the actual protocol yet. We'll discuss that next week, so we'll have some more stuff to go over. Now, the one thing they hadn't told me yet was the staging. And that's always an interesting thing, and just keep this in mind. When you're driving your car in the United States and you see a sign that says 90 miles an hour, and you cross the river over into Canada and you see a sign that says 90 kilometers per hour, they're not the same thing. Okay, so just keep that in mind. When I got in touch with my surgical team yesterday, Tuesday, they told me that the tumor conference had diagnosed me with stage 4 cutaneous squamous cell carcinoma with unknown primary. Ooh, now, stage 4 squamous cell is not the same as stage 4 lung cancer or stomach cancer or liver cancer. It just means that it met a couple of requirements. It shook me up because stage 4 is stage 4, except when you realize that 90 on the road sign in the United States ain't the same thing as 90 on the road sign in Canada, eh? Okay? So what it is, the stage 4 is still treatable and beatable. It is curable. It's just that it met certain requirements. I spoke with one of the surgeons this morning, and they put my mind at ease. I'm not worried about anything. We'll find out more about what's going to happen probably next week when I visit with the oncologists. So at this point, what can I say? I'm doing fine. I'm a little bit skinnier than I was when this whole thing started, but I think a lot of that, and my doctor, who I saw today, also considers this to be just a situation where the stress and all has caused me to lose some of my appetite and not want to eat. He said that's a good thing. He's been after me to lose weight for a while, so at this point, I'm in good shape. I'm not worried about it too much. How soon after they do the PET scan next Wednesday, I don't know how quickly they will get the information read and back to me. Not a big deal. Not like I've got anything else to do this summer except glow in the dark. So I'm going to do that. We're still looking at probably 5 weeks, 5 days a week for radiation, 5 weeks, 1 day a week for chemo. That could change, and if it does, it does. Now, a lot of people have been contacting me saying, "Hey, Craig, what can we do for you? We want to do something for you." Okay. I finally figured out what y'all can do. What I'd like you to do is tonight, go in online and find the movie Spartacus, the original one with Tony Curtis, not the Supreme Court hearings a couple of years ago where somebody said, "I am Spartacus," and walked out. Go watch the movie Spartacus, and then watch it all the way through the end, so that when I start my treatments and somebody says, "Hey, what can we do for you?" Very simple. I want you to watch the movie, and then when I have treatments, I want you to come over to the cancer clinic with me. And I want you to sit there in the waiting room with me, or outside the window, it doesn't matter. And then when they call my name and say, "It's your turn," I want you to jump up and strike a Captain Morgan rum pose with your leg up in the air and everything, and say, "I am Craig Jackson. I am Spartacus." It doesn't matter. But it's everybody right there. And y'all can, if you want to help me, y'all take my treatment and let me see if y'all glow in the dark first. Okay? I'm still doing fine. I'm still not denying the fact that I've got issues, but I've got about 15 pounds less of issues now than when I started this thing in April. So that's a positive thing. And I've still got a warped sense of humor, and that ain't going to change. There's no operation for that. It's going to be there. So remember, when you're dealing with things, just because there is a staging sign or nomenclature, big word there, included with whatever you're dealing with, it may not mean the same thing regarding what situation you're in. 90 in the United States ain't the same as 90 in Canada, eh? I mean, I go to jail in Canada for doing 90 on the city street, which really means like 45. But that's just one of the things you got to realize. Don't go to the internet and look stuff up, because it's different. My karate chop. It's different from a skin cancer type deal to a lung cancer or some other kind of internal cancer. This is an external thing. It's going to get better. And by the way, nobody's mentioned it, so it must have worked. When they took the biopsy, they put a Band-Aid on me, and they said, "Nobody will notice it." Okay, fine. So they put one on there. It's camouflage. Bet you didn't see it, did you? You still can't see it. You just see me point to my face. Camouflage Band-Aid. They really do work. Nobody could see it. Do you see it? No, I didn't think so. Anyway, that's the way it is right now. On Wednesday, the whatever today is, I'm okay. I got the staging, and I'm going to have radiation and chemo, but everything else is looking well. I saw my primary care physician today. He was happy to see me. The first thing he said to me, it wasn't, "Hey, how's your cancer?" It's like, "Hey, you finally lost that weight I've been telling you to lose for a while." So, life moves on. I'm going to be happy. As long as I go to bed on my own terms at night and I wake up on my own terms in the morning, it's a pretty good day. And I've been having a lot of good days lately, and y'all have too. Thanks for your prayers and your thoughts and your reaching out and your concern. I'm good. Focusing on people that really, really, really need it. Until the next time, which will probably be sometime next week, I'm going to go inside and grab some supper and wait for the storm to come through. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call me. But right now, I'm doing good. I got this covered. Treatable, beatable.